Alright, Final Fantasy 14 time, the best Final Fantasy in my rotation. I was playing some Final Fantasy 7 Remake earlier today again for the first time in a few days. I don't know why I do it to myself. I can't stand that game, and it's all because of Cloud. He's the most unlikable character I've seen in a game for a long time. I can't think of anybody that's like grinding my gears worse. And where do we leave off? Yeah, so I guess last night when I was streaming, I didn't find out until today, but apparently my audio wasn't on, and that's unfortunate because we had some pretty cool moments. We had lots of back-to-back cutscenes of just amazing things coming to fruition, just old threads coming back, and people that we saw in the past coming out of the woodwork, and it was really cool. Like, there were some pretty funny moments too. Apparently, Alphino and Alize's mom has been bankrolling this whole operation, so that's pretty cool, though. You know, we've been using Mommy's credit card. It's relatable. So, anyways, welcome back, my name. Return to catch a final few winks before embarking on your mission, I presume. You'll be happy to know your chambers have been cleaned and fresh linens laid out. I pray you enjoy the sweetest dreams on this final night before the big day. Alright, usually when we go to the end, we meet somebody. Somebody comes to us in a vision. Who haven't we seen for a while? Oh, I think I know who just followed me. Jesus Christ. This is not a good stream to watch. I don't know why anybody's watching this right now. I'm still learning. It's god-awful. I don't know why you do this to yourself. There's better things you could be doing with your time. But anyways, seriously, thanks for following me, man. Hope you're enjoying. I knew it. I fucking knew it, Resh. What I didn't know is that you're Canadian. It's really disappointing, but I won't hold it against you. Alright, let's listen to this fucking anime villain. I'm over this guy. I wish we saw the last of him in Stormblood. I'm shutting up. Well, welcome to the family, Resh. You're one of 15... Okay, good. Good, I'm glad you agree with me there. But yeah, welcome to the Mayo family. You got in on the ground floor, buddy. I'm glad to have you here. But yeah, Xenos is just the worst.
What was it that you
And then Asai, like, you know, he's possessed now. It's kind of a cool concept. I just don't care. But the good thing is, this is it. You know, we're going to be wrapping it up here, obviously, and everything from here on out is going to be brand new, expansion-wise. Unless, and don't spoil it for me here, but I'm hoping that, you know, Xenos doesn't carry over. God damn it. This is the worst outfit I've had in a while. I just got it last night. Because, you know, every expansion, Totaro gives you some kind of clothing to wear, and it's always garbage. I never wear any of it. So now they're trying to, like, integrate it into actual equipment that people might actually wear. And it's horrible. This is the worst equipment I've seen in a long time. But yeah, what are they going to do next expansion? They're going to bring Xenos back, and this time he's going to be possessed by, like, Tataru or somebody. And I want to see somebody new. Let's add some new blood.
Thus assembled. To combine our knowledge and seek solutions to the problems before us.
Back at the Waking Sands, it was all we could do to address the most minor of troubles. Who could have realized what we'd find when we began to look to the sources of the realm's woes?
How do you feel about Thancred? Is it just me, or was his relationship with Minfilia a little weird?
from the joyous to the salt?
We've had occasion to call other places home too. Be it Ishgard or Kugane, we were fortunate to find sanctuary wherein we might take stock and continue.
Yeah, I got weird vibes from that too. It's like one of those things where some people notice and some people don't. Like, you know, like Alize kind of falling in love with the main character.
I was honored to host this company in the Crystarium.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like he really ever did her any favors.
Star itself.
You know, I feel like sometimes, I don't know. I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna pay attention to the story.
We go to fight the most important battle of all. The Forum has sent word. The Ark is ready. The Loporrits naturally will be commanding the vessel.
You know, I don't know if I made you aware of how I feel about Oriange.
To Ultima Thule.
I hate him. He's one of my least favorite characters in the whole game. Least favorite Scion, easily. But there was a scene the other day with Moonbrida's parents and Oriange, and now I kind of like him a little bit. He's tolerable. And Estinian, he's made a... I mean, I didn't like him that much at first either, when we were first introduced to him. But he's come a long way, too. And the bromance with him and Alphino is still going strong. I just wish I could have seen the interaction with the parents. I want to see the whole meet the parent situation.
As a final formality, the Forum bade me ascertain your resolve. So, are you certain you wish to do this?
We are.
Then, ere you report to Thalmasane, I leave you with these words.
Happy Canada Day. I didn't even know there was. Is it like Canada Independence Day today, or is it like actually called Happy Canada Day?
This will differ for each of you.
And I have no choice but to bring it up. You're throwing it in my face. You have the word Canuck in your name.
Or to simply avert doom.
It's very rude to just throw your Canadianism right in my face. My American face.
Yet whatever it is that drives you, I have faith in its power to see you through. So please, triumph. Triumph, as we who remain behind believe you will.
Let us be off then.
Well then, Happy Canada Day. And welcome back from Barbados.
Wait!
I've never been to the Caribbean. I mean, I've always wanted to go, but I haven't really looked too much into Barbados. You got to get me in good with the tribes in case I go, and, you know, not that I'd ever run out of mayo, but just in case. You know, plus I don't want them to, like, get tell of me having mayo and just assume that I stole it or something. I need to be on proper terms, on good terms with these people.
Safe journey, all of you.
Oh, I love Tataru. I missed her. You too, Tataru. You too, buddy. It's kind of weird having you in here, because I haven't told anybody that I actually know that I'm, you know, starting to stream. So I was really hesitant to tell you. But either way, thank you for joining me here, subjecting yourself to this. You know, getting the kinks out, getting comfortable. I never really have too many people in here. I think I've had like 2 or 3 people in here at once. And no, the most excited it was, there were a few people chatting and 2 people followed me, but I was still new. And the Twitch app sucks, so I couldn't see the chat. And by the time I actually saw their chat, they had both unfollowed and left. And there was a whole lot of action going on that I missed. But yeah, thanks for being here, man. I suppose this is where we part ways. For now, at least. Would that I had sage words of wisdom to share ere you depart. Mayhap the teachings of Galuf Baldesian will suffice. Surrender not to anger or hatred, he said. Look beyond them, and there find true strength. What one sees beyond is open interpretation, I think. But for me, it would be the things I cherish most in life. Things I believe are worth fighting for. Something to consider as you venture into the Sea of Stars. Wise words indeed, my friend. The wisest words I ever read were on the back of a bottle of Hellman's. Alright, let's see here. God, I can't stand this costume. It's the worst thing I've seen probably ever on my ninja. But we're not going to worry about that right now. You know, we're going to do away with the material and walk to the end, hopefully. Hopefully soon. I don't know how far I am in this. In the storyline here. I'm just, all I know is that Hildebrand's here. And I'd love to get to him ASAP. Ah, Master My Name, I've been aware of your coming. Please use the lift here. Alright, finally getting the respect I deserve. God. I can't believe I paid money for this mount. Like, you know, I like it, aesthetically speaking. It's just the song is ridiculous, and it didn't really bother me until I actually listened to the song, to the lyrics. And I wish I could go back in time and not do that. Oh yeah, I can fly finally. That was fun. Oh my god, so many people here. Even, oh my god, Alpha and Omega are here. Alright, well they got the daddy issue sorted out. That part of the storyline I wasn't really invested in. But, you know, it was sweet. You know, now they're all on the same page here. The family's acting as one. Daddy's in control, taking the reins here. Mommy, she's funding the whole operation with her credit card. So, I'm glad it's over with, but I really didn't care for it.
All present and accounted for? Good. As you will have heard, the Ark is ready. All that remains is to board and be on your way.
I've seen my fair share of tight schedules, but this was bloody murder. But we did it. We finished the ship. It's safe, fit for purpose, and looks good to boot. Aye. It's a garland through and through.
I really don't know what we'd do without you. Thank you for everything.
Ah, don't mention it. Ever since that episode with Omega, I've been toying with the idea of star-faring vessels. And as they say, necessity is the mother of invention. We've learned a lot, let me tell you.
Don't tell me we're going back in the Offscape at some point.
The ongoing existence of the world ought to do. But feel free to throw in a colorful recounting of your journey on your return. So, have you thought of a name?
A name? Wasn't everyone just calling it Father's teeny tiny toy boat?
Well, seeing as its purpose has changed, I thought a more eloquent name was in order. I suggested as much to Fortuno, who seemed quite amenable to the idea.
Jesus, my armor, my outfit is terrible. I need to at least turn off the helmet. I love you, Tataru, but it looks like you stole that from like a knockoff Party City. It's terrible.
Collaboration. And though said collaboration is owed to the Scions, there is another whose noble deeds made our work possible.
What, we're going back to the Offscape? I mean, I'm not totally against that.
Of Dalamud,
It was cool fighting the Ghost Train from Final Fantasy III.
advanced materials such as refined adamantite, but the knowledge to traverse the stars. And this fragment would not have found its way to us had the Archon Louisoix not fought to protect this world. And in so doing, laid down his life. Now that the vessel stands complete, I cannot help but wonder if it was more than mere happenstance. If it was my father's intention to guide us here. In the hopes that his guidance will see you all safely home, I name the vessel after that self-same fragment of Dalamud he delivered unto us.
Do any of the words bother you? Like, are there any words that they say in this game, like self-same, must, needs, pray, that bother you? Because self-same does it to me. It's, oh god, I can't stand it. I never even saw that word in my life until I started playing this game.
Sorry for the wait. I got everyone you asked for, and not a one less.
Alright, the Beast Tribes. They're in full effect.
Oh, I invited them. The representatives of those tribes with religious inclinations.
Where the hell is Puddingway? We haven't seen Puddingway for a hot minute.
Fine job of ready.
Last time she had, like, visions of pudding swirling around her head. She was in a daze, nobody helped her, nobody assisted her, got her any pudding.
Crystal.
It's disgusting.
Given its immense size, however, transporting it would be an absolute logistical nightmare.
Any road, that's another one.
Strategy to tiny parts for feeding to the engines. But a brilliant idea came to me. We convert the crystal's energy into forms that can transport themselves.
Prey's not so bad. I think I just got sick of them saying Prey return to the waking sands all the time. But Urianger, everything he says just grates on me. Don't do it, Urianger. Okay, you can sigh. God damn it.
Or should I say its precursor, creation magics.
Care to explain for our benefit?
As you may have witnessed at Bestway's Burrow, the Loporrits are capable of creation magics, which they use to shape the moon's environment. Yet simple though they make it seem, 'tis a highly advanced and exacting art. To perform it correctly requireth that the wielder holdeth the object in his mind's eye in clearest detail.
Hence the ancients' meticulous management of concepts.
Drawing upon this art, the Ascians conceived of summoning as we know it. A derivative that replaceth the complexity of concepts with the simplicity of zealotry to make manifest a creation.
I see. By combining the Loporrit's magics and the tribe's faith, we convert the Mother Crystal into primals of purer form and greater obedience.
Your character had a crush on Urianger. Just your character, not you? That's some serious dedication to role-playing, my friend. I don't know if I could do that. I mean, I like to consider myself a pillar of the ERP community. My imagination is just unparalleled in that realm. You know, as far as like male-related endeavors go, let's say. But I can't stretch my mind that far. Get my mind that twisted to be attracted to Urianger.
Am I the only one here?
Yeah, no problem. It's admirable.
Being turned into a 10th minion.
Oh, right, I was getting to that.
Maybe, I mean, there's still hope. I could like Urianger. I actually do like him more after that Moonbrita scene. The parents coming together and speaking with Urianger. That was good.
The fervent desire to assimilate others into one's belief.
And I love Justinian now.
Beings thus created
I didn't like him at all. I thought he was just a little too much, a little too broody.
enthrall people, starting with the summoner.
But he came out of his shell. He got in a sweet little bromance with Alphino. That was pretty cool. And, you know, we've come a long way from, like, the scoffing and the brooding of early Justinian. And then, you know, all the way to, like... I guess the moment that I really liked him was in Shadowbringers.
The being was on the scale.
You know, when you got that, the elephant guy with the baby. Remember that scene where they're running? And then they got the creatures after him and Justinian just falls out of the sky. And the guy's freaking out, losing his mind. And then Justinian just shoots him a smile and calms him down, saving his life. Because, you know, if you get too scared, you're going to turn into one of those things. And he saved somebody's life with a smile. I was like, who the hell is this guy? I love Justinian now.
When the avatars of our faith ran amok,
So we'll see. I mean,
intervened without
this game just, it keeps surprising me with how amazing it is. How it just keeps getting better. They keep outdoing themselves. So you never know.
vilified and suppressed us. You offered understanding and friendship. In gratitude, we will share with you the true expressions of our gods. Not malevolent deities, but benevolent saviors.
How did you feel about his character development? Did you like him any more or less after he was less broody?
Stay in sight, else you're liable to get lost.
Lead the way. May we have a moment?
Oh, we gotta do something about this outfit. I'm gonna switch back to my glam. My shitty glam. My low effort, no effort actually. My no effort glam. We're gonna switch back to that as soon as I can.
Portable teleportation devices. One for each of you, designed to work in tandem. Press the button on one.
Well, that's sweet. I guess that's where we differ. You're able to see the potential in these NPCs. Me, I kind of assumed they'd be kind of static. Because most MMO storylines are pretty flimsy, let alone the character development. But this really does feel like a Final Fantasy game, just online. You know? Final Fantasy XIV online indeed. Yeah, seriously. Tataru, what are you doing? She ripped off the design from, like, Party City or something. It's so low effort. Where's Pudding Way? For the love of God, please tell me she got her pudding. I have to know.
If you are ready, then you should board as well. Go, and Godspeed.
All right, we're going to space, boys. Pretty cool looking ship, pretty sharp. All right, yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. I've somehow managed to go this far without getting anything spoiled. And I want to start now. If you would come this way, I will direct you to the bridge. Oh man, we're just more back-to-back-to-back cutscenes. I'm okay with that. Oh god, I should have switched back to my scholar. Now we gotta look at this goddamn costume again. I saw ninja outfits with more effort at that Area 51 Naruto run thing. I was there personally. I don't know what this is, but Tataru, come on. You can do better than that.
Have everything, because I can't be bothered turning back. Right then, make yourselves comfortable. We're setting off in just a moment.
It's incredible.
This is ff14. Can you hear me?
Answer your daddy. Come on, twins.
The summonings are complete. In accordance with the 14th phase of the plan, we have moved the Ragnarok to the launch site.
I still need to give Red Mage a shot. Red Mage I haven't really played. Blue Mage I haven't played at all. Paladin I haven't played at all. I gotta give him a shot, because when I got my shitty armor, I saw somebody, I don't know what class they were, but it was a tank actually, and it looked pretty good. So I'm glad to know that at least some of these other sets are better. I just got it for my ninja, because that's my main, and I played, well, I've been playing Summoner and Scholar for the most part. And got to the 90 last night, so I want to go back to my ninja, and I figured, hey, let's go ahead and put this new armor on him. And it's all garbage. Red Mage feels a little overwhelming just because I can't make sense of it yet. That's the way I felt with Samurai, but once you get used to it, it's pretty cool. Just got to figure out, you know, if my boomer smooth brain can handle it. Jungling so many different plates. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm the goddamn warrior of light. Issue the command to launch. Thanks. Yeah, I decided, because I know you can get at least 2 characters to 90 from the MSQ, I wanted to go for 3, so I decided to play on my summoner. Yeah, Samurai, once you... It's a... God, it took me a long time, actually, and I wouldn't say that I've still got it, especially since I took, like, a couple months off. You know, even coming back to Summoner was a little weird. I feel like they added at least 1 new spell on Summoner since, like, 1.1 to 1.15, unless I just missed it. I think it's Garuda and Slipstream, that attack, and then there's one other, I can't remember, but I feel like they added something. I haven't played my ninja yet, so hopefully it's like riding a bike. But I got a new computer, and then I just wanted to play a bunch of new stuff. My new computer's not that much better than my old one. But I just wanted to go nuts and like play shit with like 4K graphics, ray tracing. And then I started streaming it, and here we are now. And yeah, I'd appreciate you not telling anybody that I do this, because, you know, as you can see, it's pretty bad so far. I'm still learning. And even after, you know? This is my dirty little secret right here. Sam seems deep. I mean, the thing that put me off from playing it more was the fact that I'm only going to get more skills. I'm already feeling overwhelmed, so it's only going to get worse from there. And thank you. Thank you for your secrecy. My god, it's getting intense now. They're really outdoing themselves. I can't wait to see what they do with a newer engine in the future, like whenever they release another Final Fantasy MMO. This engine's got to be like at least, what, 10 years old? And they're still getting a lot out of it.
That I must carry landwalkers into the sky. I cannot imagine a greater indignity.
Do not sulk so. For thy mighty winds exist not only to buffet and batter. Nay, they may serve also to thrust forth with vigor. Such is thy glory, and thus it is an occasion to rejoice. So come, let us revel!
Oh my god. This is amazing. And it's kind of disappointing about Vanat. She's one of my favorites.
I suppose all is as it should be in creation.
Yeah, for real. You know, I'm streaming here. I'm gonna get a term of service violation. It's alright, nobody's watching. It's just me and a bot and a Canadian, and you know, that's pretty good. That's off to a good start. What few followers I do have, they don't really watch me from Final Fantasy XIV. A few of them were watching me play Doom, and I stopped playing Doom, so I actually lost. Somebody just unfollowed me the other day. But mostly, people like to watch me play Persona, apparently. And Detroit Become Human. That one's actually pretty fun. I'm on my 3rd playthrough right now. God, I love this game, but it's just sometimes it's like, imagine if this was on a newer engine. But I do know there's going to be some quality of life upgrades going forward in the next expansion. I know they're already starting to work on character models, like actual NPCs and player models and all that. But they're also going to work on more textures. Just basically everything. All the textures, all the articles of clothing and everything. So graphically it'll be nice, but I know they have a pretty ancient engine. And like poking around in there, that can't be too good. You know, we don't want another World of Warcraft situation where you know, you got Eyes of the Beast, that hunter skill, and then they change it, and basically they couldn't change it back for the longest time just because like it was like a house of cards. They changed one minor thing of code and everything goes to hell.
Our destination, as you know, is Ultima Thule. Lest you wonder, the place is not a star so much as a patch of emptiness. That's the extent of what our equipment could determine, anyway. From what we know of Meteon, she's likely used dynamis to obfuscate her location.
So, in conclusion, we'll only know what's there when we get there.
The crew and I will see to it the ship's ready to take off at a moment's notice. We'll support the search as best we can, but it'll be your paws on the ground, assuming there is any.
Playing this game, like, people that were OGs with this game, playing, like, from day one, basically, who could have ever guessed that it would all lead to, like, everybody going to the moon to work with rabbits to save mankind? The game's so out of left field. I love it, but it's just kind of nuts.
Personally, at the slightest sign of trouble, I'd mash the button to bits, and you should as well.
Understood. We promise to be careful.
Same. Bunny boy till I die.
I suggest you brace yourselves. We're about to arrive.
We're a different breed, sure, but, you know, we're all down with the same cause. Okay, what? Enough of this shit. Where's Puddingway? Did she get her pudding or not?
What is this? Something is...
Yeah, like I'm a weird human hybrid rabbit thing, and they're like jackrabbits or something. Bipedal magical rabbits.
Greetings.
Oh my god. Now I can't wait to get to Hildy. See, that's why it's true. Hildy's the real main story quest. I have to get to him. And now we got this gothed out Meteon again. She's a little goth girl now. She's seen so many things that the human mind can't comprehend, and it's turned her into a walking, living, breathing hot topic. It's her, the bringer of despair. She's wearing a t-shirt that says the bringer of despair from Hot Topic. She's just, there's no going back now.
Oh. Have you met one of my sisters? I don't remember meeting you myself. But I do know that you're from Atheris. Why have you come? All you had to do was wait. I would have delivered to you your ends.
We didn't ask for that.
I don't understand. All life is destined to end. Why choose to prolong your suffering? Effort, ambition, love, they amount to naught. Happiness, should you find it, is inevitably lost.
What happened to the medium that we met? The one that we knew and loved? Like, what happened? Did she, like, start reading Nietzsche or something? What's going on with her?
There is no logic nor meaning in it.
We can't bring her back. We can't convince her to see the light again. Frankly, I never really liked her that much. And I guess there was a reason for that. I never liked Hermes either, but I know some people really like her. I saw somebody, like, LARPing as her in-game. They changed their name and they made their character kind of look like her, and they're just quoting things she said in the game. So, some people like her a lot.
A truth you would recognize if you looked up at the night sky. Unbroken emptiness.
But some people just like different characters. They like who they like. You know, some people can't stand the twins. I personally have no problem with them. I don't mind them. Sometimes it gets a little weird, but I guess the daddy storyline really didn't do anything for me. I could have done without that.
It is unnatural and cannot continue.
Exactly. There's someone for everyone.
The sooner you accept this,
We all got our own tastes, and there's no wrong answer. Unless we're talking mayo, then hey, it's Hellman's. You gotta. This is sponsored by Hellman's, by the way. I have to. I'm legally obligated to tell you that.
We know that life is fleeting, and that in the short time we have it, we're not assured happiness.
Ishtola's the only character really that like I've liked from the start, and they haven't done anything to just be like, oh, that's stupid. They wouldn't do that. She's great. Like Ishtola's got to be probably my favorite Scion.
And one day they'll die with me, gone to dust with my good deeds and unfulfilled dreams.
Oh, thank you. Come on, dude. You were just if you were in this universe, you would have shown up on To Catch a Predator. Get out of here.
That our existence may seem pointless, that sorrow, rage, and despair will always dog our heels. And we press on regardless. That is why Hydelin guided us here.
I strongly believe that if he were in our universe, his path would have crossed with Chris Hansen, no doubt.
In her name, we have come for you.
And on that note of somebody, you know, not necessarily liking the same characters that we like, you know, Hildebrand, I was really disappointed we didn't see him last expansion. I know, like Yoshi said, basically that he didn't. The devs didn't want people to get Hildebrand fatigue, and for me, it was the opposite. I have Hildebrand withdrawal. I can't wait to see him again.
for the same passion once burned in many a star before yours.
And it's funny because when I met Hildebrand, I didn't like him. I thought he was just too zany and silly and just a little over the top. But he grew on me over time, and now he's my favorite. What am I wearing? Jesus Christ, what the fuck am I wearing? Look at that necklace. It looks like my necklace is made out of Benoit balls. Benoit balls? Am I saying that right? But yeah, it looks like my necklace is made out of anal beads. Jesus Christ.
You approach the bounds of my ultimatum, where emotions dictate reality, where resignation and acceptance unite to embrace the end, where those who yet valiantly cling to life cannot thrive.
Yeah, it's not a term you hear very much. I think the last place I heard it was Archer. And that cracked me up. I can't really think of having heard that phrase anywhere else. But I was already aware because I'm a degenerate through and through, if nothing else.
By the Fury.
Yeah, Archer's a great show. If you have like an obscure knowledge of like art and history, it's hysterical. And if you don't, that's fine too. Just pull up Wikipedia, learn something, laugh with it when you watch it next time. It's a great show.
Everyone, it appears we are at our destination. This is Ultima Thule.
Not that we knew what to expect, but I wasn't expecting this.
I didn't watch it for the longest time. I took a break from it just because I didn't like all the coma shit. I was tired of all the coma nonsense. And now it's back to normal more or less. Unfortunately, Jessica Walter is no longer with us. But they did a pretty sweet send-off. And I didn't know this, but her and Ron, the voice actor who played Ron Cadillac, they were married in real life. He died some years back, and they like CGI'd him into the show. And then they did the same thing with her for the ending of this season, and it was really sweet. It was really good. This new season is actually the best season in a long time. But it's really upsetting to have lost Jessica Walter. That means no more Mallory, no more Lucille Bluth. That's really where I knew her from. I mean, I saw that Play Misty for Me, that Clint Eastwood movie. I saw that when I was a kid, but I didn't know her. I didn't know who she was. She wasn't on my radar. Arrested Development put on my radar, and god damn it, she was awesome.
Though the curtains may fall again and again, so long as others take the stage, ever shall there be more tales to tell.
And we're back on the moon. I can't believe it, like how crazy it is that like after everything we've been through, well, maybe we're not on the moon. Yeah, we're probably not on the moon. I'm not paying attention. But who could have guessed we'd be winding up in space?
The final chapter in the tale of
Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. In space. Ultima Thule, okay.
Is this a dead star?
I'm just reading up on the lore here.
As I live and breathe, I live and breathe. Well, the environment itself shouldn't kill us.
Well then, let us search for Thancred while exploring the area. The ship we leave in your care.
Yeah, I took like a month and a half off. I probably should have done a little breather refresher. But no big deal. I think really the only people who are going to suffer... Holy shit, look at this. Look at this person. We've got a stream sniper here. Who could this be? My god. Alright, I can't guarantee it will be of help in these strange surrounds, but I've readied a provisions note in case of emergency. Of course, if you encounter any real danger here, I expect you to return to the Ragnarok at once. Alright, we got a dead Canadian next to us. I'd say a prayer, but they're not Americans, so... We're fortunate this place can support life, albeit barely. I suspect given the torpid, stale quality of the air. I have a second grade reading level, so, you know, especially once we get to the made-up words, I'm going to have trouble with those probably. But never mind that. We must find Thancred. Let's begin our search from the prow of the ship. It seems as good a direction as any. Try not to stray too far, lest we lose sight of one another. I don't think I saw you die, it's just that I loaded in. And then for me loading in now, it's like the game has to factor you in, and you're not standing, you're on the floor, so it has to like start the animation from scratch on my end to see it. Because remember, we're running on like ancient technology here. Okay, try not to stray too far lest we lose sight of one another. Alright, well... Fairly well, we hardly knew ye. Oh man, oh man. Don't tell me we gotta start all this ether current stuff over. Yeah, okay. I hate not being able to fly. That's like my biggest pet peeve of starting any expansion. And then on that note, no, actually I have it down here. There we go. Ether compass. Alright. Alright, we're gonna have to hoof it again. And listen to this silly song. It's a pretty cool looking world we're in here. Okay, I guess not all the dragons are frozen in stone. God damn you, Ryanje. The bane of my existence. Ruins, but of what, I wonder? Perhaps we can find something to help us understand the nature of this place. A relic, an inscription, anything. And of course I'm not going to be able to, yeah, can't apply my glamour plates. We're stuck with this crappy outfit. The metallic pillar has been partially melted, likely sometime in the distant past. The damage does not appear to have been inflicted deliberately. Rather, it calls to mind the indiscriminate destruction often wrought in the heat of battle. Shit went down here. I mean, you know, there's dragons around. What do you expect? Look here. This part is relatively intact. The intricate design of the top suggests it is man-made, though its builders were surely not men as we conceive of them. Having said that, I swear I've seen this pattern before. Maybe it's Allegan. Oh shit. Alright. ninja refresher. I haven't played my ninja in like 2 months. I still got it. I don't know how familiar you are with Ninja Resh, but if you see me screwing around, you know, don't be afraid to correct me. I know you will. It's been a couple months since I got on my ninja here. Okay, we gotta climb the mountaintop. Oh, it's Justinian. What's up, buddy? I thought this hill might afford a better view of our surroundings. A poor decision in hindsight. What do you mean? Like, what are your major classes that you play? Besides the light from the ship, all is shrouded in darkness. If Thancred is here, I'd never know it. From what I can tell, we are near the edge of an island, if you call it that, surrounded by floating debris. Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. I mean, I guess it's not too dissimilar from As This Law. It's just kind of a different background, and, you know, it's bigger, of course. How do you like Dragoon? I have, like, one of my real-life friends that still play the game. They play a Dragoon. And they keep telling me to try it out, but I just, you know, I've been wanting to go through Endwalker. I still have a few other classes to level up and enjoy. But I am tempted. It looks pretty good. Oh, White Mage. White Mage, that was my first healer. That sent me on the rabbit hole into healing, and now I love playing my Scholar. And it's funny because, like, people always say, like, it's apparently it's really hard. I have no problem with Scholar. It's like, and White Mage is easy, obviously, but everything else I have trouble with. I gotta give Sage another chance. But, yeah, I gotta get on Dragoon. Alright, as I feared, and still no trace of Thancred. There's nothing but emptiness as far as the eye can see, which, unfortunately, isn't very far. Though I can't help but suspect that someone or something is here. Machinist was awesome. That was a really fun one. I'm going to give that a shot. Probably before I go back to my casters, because I already got a caster up to 90, so I got to make a decision on my DPSs. Even then, I mean, do I really want to start a Dragoon, go from 1 to 90? Maybe. Maybe. There are times when I sense it drawing close, and then a chill washes over me, leaving me exhausted. Beast Tribes. Okay, so I've been playing this game for a long time. Basically since Heavensward came out. I've been playing it off and on since Heavensward. And I kept quitting the game just because it was dragging on so long. This is before they truncated down the storyline and streamlined everything. So I remember, like, I actually quit a couple times throughout the Beastline saga, where you're having to, like, go and get nice with all the Beast Tribes and help them all out. And it was just too much. It was too long, and it was just kind of silly. I couldn't get into it. And now I'm into the Beast Tribes. I started actually doing their quests and paying attention and all that, and now, you know, I do like them. I'm not sure if I want to do it all day just to level up my alts. But, yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, the Beast Tribes turned me off of Final Fantasy. Now I don't mind them at all. Leave me with feelings of death and anguish, was the previous line. I felt it too when I was near that thing. I didn't. You know, I'm a stone-cold killer. I'm dead inside. Warrior of Light. I've seen it all. But, you know, you gotta relate to the common folk, the small folk. Make them feel like, you know, we're one and the same. We both eat our mayo one spoonful at a time. Yeah, the problem was, it was just, again, there's just so much content. It just felt like a drag where I was just eager to get on with the story. Okay, now we gotta go see this Beast Tribe. We gotta go see that Beast Tribe. We gotta go do this and that and the other. I got tired of it. I just got so much fatigue out of it. And then I came back, and even then, you know, I played it a few times before they trimmed everything down. But now I like them. Realm Reborn Beast Tribes I've been meaning to go back to for a while. I went kind of hardcore on the Heavensward ones and then kind of ignored everything else. Just, you know, did the bare minimums or just whatever I wanted to look cool. Pretty much everything that I wanted from Shadowbringers I got already. But I don't know. There's been periods of times where I'm like so tempted to just start a new character. And then there's just times where it's just like, no, what are you doing? Just do a new game plus. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It you know, adds depth to the actual characters in this world. You know, you start to understand, you know, we're not so different, you and I. You know, you got your problems, you guys are scared, and you're praying to the gods, trying to fix everything, and, you know, there's not too much of a chasm between our peoples. But yeah, I like that description of just, like, not thinking of them as just mindless drones, just nothing but EXP. You see them too, don't you? The dragons? As I thought, their presence is tenuous at best, but there's no mistaking it. No doubt your bond with Midgarstormer and mine with Nidhogg is what allows us to perceive them. Could these apparitions be related to the dragons that now live on Etheirys? Bah, better to leave such conjecture to the others. In any case, we must be careful. We may soon find dragons they can see as well. Death and anguish. What happened to them, I wonder? What happened indeed, Estinian? Food for thought. You know, and on that same note, this expansion has been so good they've actually humanized Urianger for me. Again, that meeting between him and Moonbreeda's parents, that was great. That was really nice. It's like literally the first scene I've seen with Urianger in it where it's like, this isn't so bad. You know, more people should die and have their parents meet Urianger more often. I'd love them then. Yeah, they did. That was actually really cool. You know, I mean, I always liked Sid. You know, Sid was cool from the get-go for me. But then you have these other characters. Good old What's-His-Face, the Defector. He grew on me. I didn't like him at first. I think it was just like the preset bigotry I had in my heart. Because, you know, they're the bad guys. But no, that's the beauty of this game. There's complexity, there's depth.
A world suffering a slow death, whose denizens cried out for the release of oblivion.
What? Their world is dead?
It is. Not a single life remains upon that husk floating in the vast emptiness. These creatures are shadow and shade, perpetuated only to suffuse dynamis with their unending lamentations.
Our friend Thancred. Where is he?
A strange question. He is at your side, is he not? Oh yes. He is here, and there, and everywhere within this space. He would tell you himself if he had form to form words.
Oh no! Thancred is in trouble or something. Oh no.
Huh. Such loathing and uncertainty. You don't know why you still exist.
Yeah, you know what? I never liked Hermes from the beginning. I didn't like Median at first, and then I liked her, and now I don't like her again. But Hermes, I never liked him from the beginning, and then once he just goes full-on psycho mode and reveals what he really is, then I started liking him again. It's that depth of character where it's just like, god damn, they put a lot of work. The lore hasn't gone this balls deep in an MMO game since, like, I don't know, Toontown Online. I've been playing MMO since I was a kid, since EverQuest, when I was a, like, single-digit kid. The story never mattered to me. I've only cared about PvE. Like, I was in a World of Warcraft guild I was playing since beta. And we were literally one of the best guilds in America. No big deal. But I couldn't have told you the story. I literally could not have told you anything about the story. And we were like one of the only, if not the first, people to kill Ragnaros on our server. And a bunch of other stuff. and I got a lot of fun out of that. But I couldn't tell you anything about the story. Here with Final Fantasy XIV, it's the best of both worlds. I enjoy the gameplay, I enjoy the PvE, and I enjoy the story when I'm paying attention. Yeah, that was brutal with Hermes. My goddamn. They keep outdoing themselves. But in every aspect, not just the story, the music, you know, the cutscenes, voice acting. It's promising, but there's only so much that this engine is capable of, so... I mean, I'll play this game till the end of time, but I would like to see what they do with more horsepower under the hood, so to speak.
We should hurry and tend to business.
It's futile.
Yeah, come on, Astinia. It's not going to be that easy. Good effort, though.
I told you. Emotions dictate reality in this space. Such changes as you might work will not alter in its nature. You may see, but you cannot touch. Walk, but not advance.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to Final Fantasy XVI for a number of reasons. One of them, yeah, totally being because, you know, Yoshi and the crew is working on 16, so that's going to be great. But on the other hand, they haven't really released a good game in a while. Like a good standalone game. You know, expansion-wise, they're doing great, you know, but what have they released? Stranger of Paradise? Babylon's Fall? Garbage. Garbage. I would not want to be a shareholder right now. So Final Fantasy XVI has to be a fucking banger, or there's going to be some trouble. Now the question is, will Final Fantasy XVII be an MMO? Because if, you know, if we're looking at history, we've got 11, which was an MMO, 3 expansions, or 3 in the series later, we got 14, and now here we are coming up on another 3. But Final Fantasy XI never saw the popularity that it did, well, at least here in America. It was huge in Japan. But now, especially within the last year or so, the game's really taken off. It's the king of MMOs since last summer. But yeah, here's hoping 16's good. I have high hopes for it. Soul without body, a form of being with which we are not wholly unfamiliar. Indeed, for we existed in a similar state when residing in the first. The circumstances are rather more dire than that, 'tis true, but I choose to believe he is not forever lost to us. Oops, Jesus. Regardless, in sacrifice he hath afforded us a chance to prevail. Let us not squander it, and ascertain the nature of this realm, that we might confront and defeat Median. Estinian, my name, would you accompany me in speaking with these dragons? Mayhap they can enlighten us. I don't know, I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking too. They might try to stretch things out. You know, but at the same time, Final Fantasy XI's still around. They're still making new content for it every so often. For every 20th anniversary of it. You know, it's not like they're regularly updating it, but there's still people playing it. They're still taking care of it. And there's no reason why, you know, if they're to make another game, that we couldn't play 14 and 17 at the same time. Either way, they're going to have to adapt sooner or later. Just, the engine's too old. The engine's too damn old. Ideally, what we would see is, like, they'd actually just bring everything up to next gen and somehow make it work with the current game and all the expansions and everything that we see, ideally, but that's not going to happen. You know, this is a really complicated deck of cards in terms of coding and everything that they've got running this game here. But, I mean, even if they did make Final Fantasy XVII next gen, you know, 4K ray tracing, all that stuff, I'd still be playing 14. I'd play both. I would ask the rest of you to survey these surrounds. If there is a path that may lead us to a quarry, we must find it. Very well, we can reconvene here when everyone is finished. Median said these dragons are shadow and shade from a world whose denizens sought oblivion. As such, they're not like to be amenable to company, let alone conversation, so please be careful. Alrighty. But yeah, I guess I would just really like to see an upgrade to the system here, but I think you're right, they're not going to do anything with it. Like, 17's going to be single player, and then, I don't know, probably 20, maybe 20 we'll see another MMO in the next 15, 20 years, we'll see. Let us split up and gather what knowledge we may. You know, graphically speaking, I don't care. These graphics are fine for me. It just feels like the engine has only so much you can do. There's been so many advances in gaming technology. I mean, graphically, there are some things that bug me. Like, look at this little, tree or whatever. This finely textured whatever behind me. It looks terrible. For me, I don't care. But new people, new players coming in, they've been spoiled by the stunning visuals of games like Toontown Online and Fallout 76. They're going to want a little better, But me, I don't care. And either way, Final Fantasy XIV is in such a good place. Who could have ever guessed it would have blown up the way it did in the last year or so? I'm happy. Yeah, dude, I gave up on getting a PlayStation 5. I really wanted one, and, I gave up on it. I don't even care anymore. Because a lot of these games are coming out to PC anyways. I just bought a PC, last month, 3080 Ti, and 12th generation Intel processor, so I'm going to be set for like 4 or 5 years easy. And I can't really think. I'm just like trying to scrape the bottom of the barrel of my brain. I can't think of any games that like really bring me over to PS5, in terms of exclusivity. A visitor, not of this star. Could thy slender hands be plague to our world? Thy breath extinguish life's feeble flame. Oh, how we would adore thee. Alas. I feel like I'm reading Shakespeare. With time our flesh shall wither, our souls fade, and so we wait for its inexorable march unto oblivion. No, you're absolutely right. They're not gonna. There's so much momentum that they have now, and everything's going in their favor. They have no reason to, aside from just wanting to like. I mean, I don't know. There's still the possibility they could retrofit this game, but I don't see it happening again, just because of how unstable the game's code is. It's a fragile ecosystem here. So yeah, they're gonna keep this going for a while. I would just really love to play a Final Fantasy MMO, and on a more modern engine. If thou art not come to hasten our demise, I bid thee leave us. We crave not companionship, only silence. Alright, this is another tortured and dark soul. They're all over the place. Okay, I'm gonna... maybe not. I was gonna switch out, wear a better looking costume, switch over to the Scholar or Summoner, but I want all my XP to come onto my Ninja now. They're maxed out. Beyond that distant veil, paradise lost. So glorious, so beautiful. That makes a lot of sense. Urianger and the dragons, like thinking back to like Midgardsormr and all the heavens were dragons talking and old people talk, Shakespearean talk. I think that makes sense. He's actually a little bit cooler now that he's a dragon. We were a proud and noble race, strength embodied. We knew only love. Before they came. Metal monstrosities of black and silver. No bonds of blood did they share, nor conviction did they have to guide them. A crushing defeat. Never had we known such shame. Stilled now are the winds, though none could fill these wings burdened by ignominy. We fly no more, only sink into oblivion. Okay, buddy. This guy's trying to out Urianger. We get enough of that at home. We have Urianger at home, goddammit. Thou wouldst bid me speak? Folly. I observe the lesson of stone. I shall not fly, nor speak, nor roar. Only watch, and wait, and end. But one sight yet stirreth my blood, tempteth me to raise my voice in lamentation. Null, the cradle of unsung dragons. No words, no songs are possessed of the weight to describe such tragedy. Go if that be thy will. I shall remain. Yeah, actually, screw the Urianger at home. You already know how I feel about Urianger in general. And, it makes more sense for these dragons to be talking in old-timey talk. They've been around for a while. They were around when Old English was just regular English. So I can give them a pass. Not so much with Urianger. Huh, okay. I guess we don't get the ether current information here yet. Not that it really matters, I'm just anxious as hell. I hate not being able to fly. Alright, at least we're interacting with the Stinian. Love that guy. They led you here as well, did they? It was described to me as the source of their woes and proof of their end. I think I'm beginning to see why. It's a hatching ground, or was. I've seen similar on Icarus. Midgar Somer's kind must once have lived and thrived in a place such as this. Vertra said his father was driven from their ancestral home by war and strife. This, then, is the fate of those who remained. Let's have a look around. Maybe these eggs have more to tell of what happened here. Alright, let's examine some eggs. Dig around in the goop. Inside the shattered egg you find the remains of an unborn dragon. The body has already begun to decompose. The gelatinous, half-dried membrane covering the corpse suggests it failed to emerge. Okay, I mean, that's obvious. We can clearly look, and now we're going to see just a bunch of goo. A murky liquid is pooled inside this eggshell. The noxious foeter is indicative of contamination. God damn. I feel like I learn a new word every time I play this game. Gingerly lifting a large egg from the viscous mire, you peer inside and see a formless mass soaking in a pool of embryonic fluid. Your stomach turns as you return the egg to its resting place. Good times. This egg appears to have been broken from the inside out. Perhaps the dragonette within succeeded in hatching. What's this? I thought all the eggs had been ruined. And you call yourself a dragoon, you son of a bitch? If the dragonette was indeed hatched, there's no sign of it here, or its sire for that matter. We should look for them. You start with the cliff tops, and I'll search the plains. Alright, let's hunt down a dragon. Oh god. I can't wait to switch out of this uniform, this equipment. Whatever this is that Tataru made it, I hate it. I like that they're trying to work her gifts into the actual game now, the stuff that people will use, but, you know, we gotta wear it. People gotta look at us in this stuff. Alright, let's see if I still got it. I don't got it. I don't got it because, oh, okay. I don't know what that was all about. That was odd. They're trying to talk to us in the middle of a battle here. I'm busy. I'm trying to kill your brood. Alright, too easy. Too easy. Like riding a bike. The boisterous howling hath been quieted. By thy hand, I presume. Everything all right? I thought I heard a dragon, or something resembling one. You call yourself a dragoon? Seriously? You can't tell the noise of a dragon? Didn't you have him, like, living in your head? Come on, Estinian. Oh, I see what's happened here. Was that your child? Perhaps some eggs with Omnol are indeed mine. If life within one did quicken, the beast thou hast slain may be of my blood. Well, shit. Nice to meet you, by the way. Yet I do not recognize it, twisted and malformed as it is. Not a dragon, in truth, but a reminder of our failure, a testament to our shame. Explain. They descended from the heavens, cold, heartless machines, and with them rode war and death. With fire and fury, rage and rancor, we gave answer. 'Twas a long and bloody battle, but only the beginning. Untold chaos and destruction swept over the star. In the end, the invaders were victorious. Yet when they looked upon their prize, they deemed it unfit for requisition. We were abandoned to our ruin. The survivors sought to put away their shame, to rebuild, a futile effort. In purest soil, replete with ether, did we once cultivate our nesting grounds. But our lands were barren, and any eggs nurtured in such desolation were fated to rot. What few survived to hatch emerge as abominations. We shall have no new progeny. But there are dragons among you capable of journeying to other stars. That there are. Many would make the attempt, each bearing a clutch of eggs. The richest stars were home to the harshest rulers, and the arrival of dragons incited contests for supremacy. When the fires faded, the wars lost and won, they too were reduced to ash and waste. 'Tis the curse of those who seek life, to be drawn into conflict, to conquer or be conquered. A vicious cycle we now choose to break. We tire of conflict, of everything. We wait now in sweet, merciful silence, free from strife and suffering, still as stone. Wait, you claim your kind is doomed, but there is another star? We got interrupted by ellipses. ... indeed. Speaking of ... and ellipses, have you played Final Fantasy VII Remake? I don't know if you've tried it out or you have any opinion, or if you can compare it to the original Final Fantasy VII. They want only to brood in silence, to be left alone with their grief until time itself comes to an end. Who does that sound like, Estinian? Huh? God, you have no insight whatsoever, but I still love you, buddy. The sole reward for senseless bloodshed, a pain I understand and wish that I did not. What fools we were. But now isn't the time for such thoughts. The others will want to hear what we've learned. Come. How are you enjoying it? Because for me, I played the original when I was like 9 or 10 years old, and I don't remember Cloud being such a little bitch. He's just a whiny little angsty bitch, and I can't take it. He's the most aggravating thing about the game. I don't remember him being like that. Again, I was 9 or 10, but I seem to remember him just being like, you know, the strong silent type. Ellipses all over the place. I really want to put more time into it. I guess my game is Persona 4. That's like my favorite game in my current rotation right now. And then number 2 would definitely be Final Fantasy XIV. But yeah, I don't remember Cloud being that angsty. He is getting better though. I think Eris is having a bit of an effect on him, so I like that. But he's the worst part of the game for me, unfortunately. You know, and then when I switch over to Persona 4, where like everybody's amazing, all the characters are great. There's not one single character in that game I dislike. Even the ones I don't like, I dislike them, you know, because they're written that way. But otherwise, you know, they're all great. I love everybody. With a game like that, you know, you have all these characters, and with Persona, it's a different story because, you know, you're building relationships to get stronger. Whereas then I'll switch over to Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I just hate Cloud. It feels like a chore. I hate every scene with him. But yeah, I just wanted to know if you had any opinion on that, or if maybe I'm the whiny little bitch. That's totally possible. The others will want to hear what we've learned. Come. Yeah, I don't know if whiny's the right word. He's just more angsty, and he's just more about, like... No, I mean, okay, I said whiny, I'll stand by it, because there are some pretty whiny moments where he's just complaining all the time. Not unlike I am right now, but... You know, it's like, oh, I'm a soldier, I got Mako in my eyes, all I care about is money, I got a fee, I'll do what you ask, but you gotta pay my fee, all I care about is the money, I'm a mercenary. It's like, that's who he is. That's who he's been so far. So I don't know if there's some kind of serious character development that goes through. And I was talking about this on stream with somebody else, and they're like, dude, he's 21 years old. And it's like, I don't remember being such a little bitch at 21, and either way, again, the point still stands. I don't remember Cloud being like this in the original, but... It's a great game, and they seem to be pretty loyal to the original, everything else aside. And what else? Oh yeah, then I realized Johnny is the same voice actor as Yosuke in Persona 4. And then, yeah, he's Yosuke in Persona 4. Troy Baker's also in Persona 4. And then you have Johnny That's Yosuke's voice actor, and then in Final Fantasy VII, and then everybody else in Final Fantasy VII, aside from Johnny, is voiced by Troy Baker. That guy, he's got some pipes. He's literally the voice of our generation. He's an icon. Okay, so you have played Final Fantasy VII. See, that went over my head. I don't remember him being that whiny or being that angsty. I just remember him just ... all the time. So I thought, like, strong silent type, trying to cultivate an air of mystery. We've all been there, you know? But yeah, apparently he is 21. So, like, to me, that's, like, not really an excuse. It's like, dude, he's not a teenager. He's a young man, and he's, like, a soldier. He's seen some shit. And he's got Mako in his eyes as he's constantly reminding us. He should be a little cooler. God. I just got this huge memory of, like, when I was 9-10 years old, Final Fantasy VII came out, and I was playing it. And then, you know, we all know. You know, I hope I'm not spoiling this for you, but Ares dies in that game. And that was when I saw my first anime music video. It was an anime music video of just clips from Final Fantasy VII, and of course a scene where Sephiroth shish kebabs her. But it's playing to fucking it's playing to Sting's Every Breath You Take, but it's the remix with Puff Daddy on it, and it was like the cheesiest thing. And it's just something that I remember. It's like one of my earliest like internet memories as a kid, and I've tried to find this music video. And I'm never going to find it. But basically, long story short, I'm going to stop blathering on about this bullshit. But long story short, I hope whenever, because I doubt Ares dies in part 1, so part 2, I guess. I don't know, but I hope this ushers in a new era of anime music videos. I can't wait. Yeah, he was guarded. He was very guarded and just, you know, I don't know. He just, again, I was only 9 or 10, but I just feel like he was cultivating this air of mystery. You know, he's the strong, silent type, and now he's not so much. But I guess next patch day you'll see that, or maybe not. Maybe, you know, it's just me. You might have a different perception. So we'll see what you think of that. You know, let me know if you're playing and old Jeff enters your mind. Were you able to establish any meaningful contact with the dragons? I see. They wish to escape what they perceive to be a cycle of conflict. Thank you. My name is Tinian. As for our part, I believe we're more acutely aware of our confines than before. That tripped me out. I was about to say my name is Tinian. We started by traversing the perimeter of the island to see if there might be a path leading off of it. Sadly, there was nothing to be found. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's what bothers me about Final Fantasy VII Remake, is when I played... Okay, I wasn't a teenager. I was 9 or 10, but just for the sake of this discussion. When I played, I was the angsty teenager. Now when I'm playing, Cloud's the angsty teenager. And it's too much for me to handle. But again, he does get better after Aeris enters the picture. And then there's another scene. I don't want to spoil anything. There's just some people that I guess he feels like he wants to help out. Like he's inclined to help them out just because they can... You know, they're orphans. They're all orphans. So he wants to help out. He's an orphan. They're orphans. That was a nice scene also. So I guess there's hope. Maybe Cloud can turn it around by the end of this. I don't know how many parts they're going to break it down. I mean, there were 3 discs in the original. And from what I hear, part 1 leaves off like before the end of the first disc even. So I don't know how they're going to work that out. There's no small amount of debris floating about. Could there be enough to serve as a bridge to lead us elsewhere? I considered that, and so I tried throwing a stone onto a potential platform to judge its integrity. But it never reached its mark. As it crossed an invisible threshold just beyond the boundaries of this island, it vanished, only to reappear above me and fall at my feet. I would not be too quick to presume that what we see outside this space is as it appears. Which is why I returned to the Ragnarok and asked the Loporrits to search for a potential path. Yeah, I'd say that's fairly accurate. Aeris feels like Aeris. Tifa definitely feels like Tifa. She was always a badass. Barrett feels like Barrett. You know, so I guess it's just a natural extension of who they were supposed to be the first time around. It just didn't register for me. Or at least if it did, it wasn't as grating as it is for me now. However, the ship's instruments failed to provide conclusive data on the surrounding area. Until we know more, I think it is too risky to attempt flying to another island. What Median told us before, that emotions dictate reality here, might be the key, but I'm not entirely sure what emotion might manifest a bridge to lead us to safety. So what you're saying is, we've no way forward. At present, aye. If it is indeed emotion that governs this island, perhaps it is not Medians, but the dragons that hold us here. God damn it, it's Chola with the big brain as always. They tire of conflict and have chosen a path of oblivion to keep it. Or rather, they have chosen no path at all, meaning there is no way for the dragons or anyone here on this island to advance. A sound theory, disheartening though it may be. If that is the case, what recourse do we have? They are not like to be persuaded to help us. Their reasoning is built on a history of turmoil and strife. Without irrefutable proof, the future is not as bleak as they believe it to be. Well, if he doesn't seem like a dipshit to you by now, I find that surprising. Maybe it is just me. There are some scenes where it's like, it's not so much of him being a dipshit as much as it is maybe him putting his foot in his mouth. But then there are others where it just feels like he is being a dipshit. And he's just kind of regurgitating the same shit. I'm a soldier, I'm a mercenary, where's my fee? I want more money. It's just kind of two-dimensional, not really what I remembered Cloud. I mean, at least back in the day I wasn't annoyed by him, I'll say that much. Barrett! God damn. Yeah, I only read the last line, didn't read the others. I'm a new streamer, I don't know if you can tell. I'm still learning the ropes here. You actually like Barrett way more in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yeah, me too. Me too. And I really like not seeing, I gotta admit, dude, I'm a boomer. So I am kind of nostalgic to see, like, Barrett talking and then seeing, like, the symbols, that sign and all that stuff like I saw when I was a kid. On the other hand, I do like seeing him curse. But on the other hand, I really don't like the action combat. The live action combat. Like, I'd rather be turn-based. I don't know, I keep trying to give it another shot and then just I'll get interrupted. I'll have a skill or like a crucial heal that I'm trying to cast on somebody, then I'll get interrupted. And it's like, god damn it, I'm too smooth brain for this. I need to go back to my natural habitat of just turn-based combat. I appreciate your understanding, and I appreciate you sticking around here. I only have like maybe 1 or 2 people who regularly watch me, and one of them doesn't really say anything because she just likes to watch, and that's totally cool too. But also, well, no, I'll save that for another minute or two. Mayhap persuasion is not the answer. Median meant to unmake us then and there on the Ragnarok, and she would have succeeded if not for Thancred's determination. She conceded it was strong enough to overpower the despair that otherwise rules Ultima Thule and reshape it to a degree. Perhaps it can be done again in like manner, by overpowering the prevailing emotions. Yeah, same here. There's certain things that just don't make sense to me. The ranged part is one of them, and then, oh boy. So I got to the part, where you're trying to get to Don Corneo, where you're dressing all that good stuff, and, well, I'm not going to spoil that much. I'm not going to make a joke about that. That would spoil it, but, yeah, there's some fight that you have to do, and, oh god, again, I'm trying not to spoil it, but anyways, for some reason, as Cloud, I'm not really able to do any damage to it. I don't know if it's just a matter of them like being resistant to physical, if maybe there's a spell I should have been using because the one that I had wasn't working. I wasn't doing any damage as Cloud. Eris, on the other hand, I was doing tons of damage. I mean, she was carrying me. And then after that, there's like a little sub-quest kind of thing you can do where you can go back to that Coliseum and do another fight, but you're only there as Cloud. And you can't progress in the story or else you can't go back and do this fight. So I tried to do this fight and I couldn't do it. I kept dying. It discouraged me. I actually stopped playing it, stopped streaming it for a few days. I came back today. And there's just no way for me to do this fight unless you're supposed to just go all out, like Dark Souls, War of Attrition, bang them down and roll away and rinse and repeat. I don't know, but the combat, I'm not going to say it leaves a lot to be desired. I think it's more just me. Like, I'm not able, it's beyond my capacity, probably. But I wish that they at least put in the option of having, like, traditional turn-based combat for us boomers. 'Twas Ultima Thule's architect, Median herself, against whom Thancred did pitch himself into a clash of wills. Though I marked no leader among them, as such, I did chance to encounter a dragon possessed of despair far more potent than most. Potent enough, mayhap, to dictate the course for others. Yeah, it feels like they guess you just got to kind of Dark Souls it. That's what they want you to do. And thus their domain to follow. And I still got to play Elden Ring. I really want to play that, but it just doesn't agree with my computer, even my brand new one. He spoke but few words, carefully chosen, their tone and timbre alone threatening to rend my heart in twain. Challenging his desire to remain may allow us to alter the island upon which we stand. Maybe I'll just go back and play Dark Souls. And by the time I go back to play Elden Ring, they'll have patched it, you know, and I can play it on my computer. I thought the issue was my old computer. It was like 3 or 4 years old, so now I get a brand new computer, brand new everything, and it's literally lagging in the same spots. It's bizarre. Like, I only bought it because I felt bad for pirating it, because I read the reviews on Steam. Everybody was saying, like, how bad it was. Like, everybody was saying, oh, I got this brand new machine, and it's laggy as hell. And then I pirated it, and I'm playing it, and it's running flawlessly. So I'm like, oh, yeah, these guys, they're just whiny babies. So I bought the game, and then sure enough, the game goes to shit. And it's because of the anti-cheat system, unfortunately. Alas, I fear my vaunted rhetoric availed me not against his calcifying heart, but mayhap one of you will fare better. Then I shall guide thee. Al-En, they call him, in the dragon tongue. Thou wilt find him nearby, eyes fixed upon the water. Well, what have we to lose? Let's get going. Of course Urianger would know all these dragons. This is where he learned to speak. He's a dragon. I think you're right, he's a dragon, man. I knew there was something up with that guy. Shakespearean LARPing aside. $110%. I feel like you already know he's a dragon, you're just trying not to spoil it for me. So, in my mind, Urianger's already a dragon. Alright, you know what? It's I'm not used to streaming this long. I think the longest I've ever streamed was like 2 hours. So we're an hour and a half in here, and I'm parched. I'm thirsty. I do not prepare. You know, like I'm not a professional. I don't know what I'm doing here. If you weren't in here, it would just be me and a bot probably. So I appreciate you hanging out in here with me, and appreciate you not spoiling anything. And yeah, I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna be back with Persona 4. So again, I appreciate you you hanging out, spending this time with me. And again, I'd appreciate if you keep it between us. I'm not quite ready to let the people know. As you can see, I've got a lot of work to do. But yeah, I'm going to take a little break, put some water, maybe a little food in my body, and be back with Persona 4. If I don't see you again tonight, then I'll see you later, I hope. Either way, I'll see you in game. Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, get some bed. Get some bed. Get some rest. I should probably get to bed, too. It's late here, too. But yeah, get some bed. Jesus Christ. Well, thanks, Resh. Thanks for joining me. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, and, you know, it's nice. I learned a little more about you. You're Canadian. I won't hold it against you. But, yeah, either way, man, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. But, yeah, get some bed. Get some bed in you. Good night, dude.